the easy thing to say is we were hitting shots. Both teams were hitting shots. I mean, what was it for the game? I mean, geez, both shooting over 50% from three, or over 40% from three. That is NBA-like, you know what I mean? So they have, a lot of really good scores, and so do we. It helps when me and Chandra both have 30-point games and Julius is hitting. And, sometimes games are like that. Sometimes both teams are really on, and sometimes there are games like the Rhode Island game where teams are really off. So you just have to feel out how the game is going, adapt to it, and do your best to try to win them.
TJ, not only was tonight your first ever career triple-double, it was the first time in Spiders basketball history that anybody had ever accomplished that. Yes, Chandra with the coach. When they announced that in the second half, I mean, how thrilling was it to know that you were the first ever to do it in so many years in this historic program? I
mean, it's an honor. There's been so many great players, NBA players, Kevin Anderson, Justin Harper, Dan Giroux, David Gonzalez, Ryan Butler, all these great players, Kendall Anthony, Chandra Jones, and to be the one that got the triple-double, I mean, really, guys were hitting shots tonight, so I gotta give this one to them. It's a team triple-double. It doesn't just happen by one guy, and it was everything. It was Julius was hitting shots, Chandra hit huge shot after huge shot, and it's really cool to be a part of this team and get that accomplishment. But we're really focused on VCU now.
Chandra, what's it like to play with this guy? I mean, he had that one that comes to mind where he kind of underhanded it to you for the three. I think that might have been the one that got you into double digits with the assists. Just kind of give me an idea what he was like tonight, kind of specifically, I guess.
It's great. Playing with him, everything is just so easy, especially within our offense. He has the ball, so it's just a mismatch down low. So he forces a double team night in and night out, which really makes it easy. It makes it easy on me, makes it easy on other guys. We can just spot up, and his vision is really good. I've never played with a big man who can see the floor like he can, so it's just been a pleasure playing with him. It's my guy, man.
Chandra, even when it was at 67, 66, it never seemed like you guys were in any worry whatsoever. I mean, you're firing up the crowd, you're getting everyone pumped up. When you have that feeling in these close 8-10 games as you get ready for a VCU next up, how can that help you? How do you build on that as you get on that run, that 19-8
run? That run is just great for our confidence. It's just have the guys going. We play great defense. We're trying to get the crowd going a little bit so it can bring a little energy to the game. Because when it was a little flat, they made shots and we kind of was down a little bit. So getting the crowd pumped up so we can get energy, get it going, get a little run, and we did that.
TJ, how about the interior defense? Clearly you have to stay away from foul issues, and that's part of it. They were scoring pretty on a regular basis in there. What's up?
I mean, sometimes we just missed our assignments. They run a style where they had a man in the corner who was constantly a shooter. Their guys are hitting 5 of 8 from 3, 2 of 6, 4 of 6. I mean, you can't ignore that. So when guys are hitting shots, it naturally forces you to be not as tight as you'd like to be. And, that kind of made that nail guy or that help guy, play out a little more and leave that roller kind of open. It's hard. They have good players, and it's a tough offense to defend. So sometimes games go like that. And, I thought we did a good job down the stretch of really being tight, talking, and kind of addressing what our weaknesses were earlier in the game.
This is for both of you. How much confidence can you take away from these two games? You mentioned kind of both teams were off against Rhode Island. Tonight, both teams were lighting it up. So how much can you take from two totally opposite games, but you were able to win both?
It's a lot of confidence. Our goal this week, you take it, let's go 1-0 this game, but our goal this week, obviously every week, is let's go 2-0. And we know that we have VCU, on Wednesday. And that game never really was in our sight going into this game. It's nice, now that the game's over, you're always looking to the next game, but it gives us confidence to know that when we're not shooting well, we can lock in on defense. And it also gives us confidence to know when we're not great on defense, we have to really lock in on offense to be that good. So to know that we can play both brands of basketball is nice. But we'd like to, be clicking on offense and have the defense we had the Rhode Island game as well.
Yeah, same.
Exactly.
Retweet. Yeah, retweet what TJ said.
First place, sole possession for you guys after this win. How does that sound?
That's great. I don't think we've been in first place at any point of the season since I've been here. So it's a wonderful feeling. And at this point, you just want to keep it going, keep it rolling, keep winning games. 7-2 is nice, but we would like to make it 8-2, 9-2, 10-2. So we got to keep it going, lock in at practice this week, and really get ready for this next game against VCU.
TJ, you talked at the beginning of the season about this is the season to make the NCAA tournament. Is this where you imagine this team would be at 7-2 first in the Atlantic 10 as you head into VCU?
Yeah, I mean, this is where our goal was. Our goal, always, at this midway part in the season, we want to be in first place. So we're in first place right now. Our ultimate goal is to, win the regular season and then win the conference tournament. So we're on pace right now. We had a few hiccups, at a conference, which we wouldn't have liked, obviously. But to know that we went into the new year when we got into that Davidson game and said, listen, we got a fresh start, so to speak, and let's make the most of this. And those guys they've really bought in, and we have a young group besides me and Dre and Marshall. And it's really cool to see them play at such a high level at such a young age.
TJ, when did you know you had it, triple-double?
I think we were in a timeout, and I was walking back on the court, and Will kind of yelled at me and was like, "You have it." And he just said something like that, and I was like, "Oh." And then when they announced it, I was like, "Oh." Well, I didn't really understand what he was saying at the time, and then when we went out there and they announced it, I was like, wow. It was just a really, really cool moment to hear them say it, and then our fan base was just so great tonight. So what a special day.